Are you feeling behind because everyone's talking about AI and you don't even know where to begin? Don't worry, this video is for you. I'll tell you how to start learning AI for free, step by step, with zero tech stress. By the end, you'll actually get it and know how to use it to make your life easier starting today. Now, before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Let's get started with tip number 1, which is to start with the right free AI tools. Now, I want you to ignore the hype for a second. Now, most people waste many months trying 20 different tools and they end up more confused than when they actually started. Now, you don't need more AI tools, you just need to use the right ones and have a good purpose behind using them. I recommend that you start with ChatGPT on the free version and just commit to using it for one specific task each day, not just playing with it, but actually using it to solve a real business problem. Now, let me tell you what worked for Tasha, one of my students. She was very stuck trying to write Instagram captions for her small baking business. So what we did, we used ChatGPT to generate 30 different captions in one sitting. Then we simply reworded and edited the captions and they were ready to go for her social media. Now, just that one task alone saved her 8 hours per month and made her content way more engaging and way more consistent. That's the power of using one tool with intention. Now, the thing that no one really tells you is that most all-in-one AI tools are very bloated, and you'll probably end up spending more time learning how to use the tool than actually using it yourself. Now, I would suggest that you focus on tools with simple user interactions and user faces and strong communities behind them. ChatGPT, Canva's Magic Write and Poe are some great examples. They're very powerful and very beginner friendly. Now, let me give you a controversial idea. You don't need premium plans right now. I've seen people spend $100 or more per month on AI tools that they really don't understand. You can use free versions first, and if you can't extract the results with the free plan, the paid ones won't save you too much time either if you're not doing very well with the free one. Now, I would recommend that you use the free one as much as you can until you may need to upgrade. I also recommend that you actually document what you're learning with each tool, not in a boring spreadsheet type manner, but just make it more personal. See what worked and what didn't, and what actually surprised you. That reflection is what turns trial into some transformation. You don't want to chase features, you want to chase results and outcomes. Now, I know someone who built a 6-week content strategy for her coaching business just using free ChatGPT and Notion with no paid software at all. Now, the key was she focused on one outcome per session instead of getting distracted by fancy functions. So if your lifestyle is rather chaotic, just pick one daily use case that fits naturally, such as, can AI help you plan meals, summarize long emails, or write product descriptions? Then you just anchor the learning to your actual life and it becomes more unforgettable. Now, I've put together some free training resources which will help you build an online income stream using AI. Go and click the link below in the description to learn more. Now, back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to follow step-by-step free courses. You don't need a $2,000 course to learn AI. That's a lie that too many gurus try to push. I would suggest that you start with free micro courses from Google's AI for Everyone, or deeplearnings.ai, or YouTube content, or even Khan's Academy machine learning section. And yes, they're all totally free and structured well for people who aren't very tech savvy. Now, let me give you some straight talk. What's keeping you stuck isn't a lack of resources, it's mental overload. Too many people binge watch tutorials and still don't apply a single thing that they've learned. I want you to learn by actually doing. So go and watch a 10-minute lesson and then pause the video and then use what you've just learned in that lesson in your own workflow, even if it is a bit messy. Now, I had a student, Malik, who spent 2 hours a week just watching videos and taking notes, but he never used what he was actually learning. So once I got him to build an AI-powered idea generator for his Etsy shop using ChatGPT and Notion, things began to click for him. That's when he got his first viral product idea. It wasn't about learning more, it was about just applying better. See, the myth is that knowledge equals results. This is only half true. Execution is what gets you the results. If you're not applying the learning to something that you care about or something that is important, then you'll most likely forget it in a few days. So make the course content personal and tie it to your own business in some way, or your side hustle, or even in your daily life. Now, to help you avoid the where do I start trap, I would recommend that you pick just one outcome or result that you want first. Then you just need to reverse engineer the learning around that. So do you want to write better emails? Then only watch AI videos about copywriting, prompts and content creation, and just simply block out the noise. Now let me give you a powerful trick. You can create your own learning log. So you can post what you're learning on Learning Weekly on LinkedIn, on X, or even in a private Discord. It doesn't matter if no one sees it. The act of sharing your learning builds some identity, some clarity, and it will give you some momentum. That's how you become the person who gets AI. Now, if you're feeling some imposter syndrome, that's totally fine, but here's the truth. You're not behind, you're just very early. AI is still very new, despite what you may think, even for the experts. So instead of comparing yourself to someone who's been coding for 10 years, just focus on doing one useful thing today that your past self couldn't do just last week. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to apply what you learn with real world mini projects. If you're not using what you learn in real life, it's just entertainment. I want you to pick one annoying or very time consuming task in your life and then ask, could AI help me do this faster? That's how you make the learning stick. Now let me give you an example. One of my students, Ellie, was overwhelmed running her content agency solo. So we built a prompt that helped her plan content outlines for 10 different clients in under 30 minutes. That single project freed up her weekends. She didn't learn AI, she was actually using it and living it. Now I suggest you start with something small, like write a free email welcome sequence, or something like summarize free blog posts for social media. These aren't very fancy, but they're very real. And when you solve real problems, that's when your confidence builds very fast. Now here's a myth that I want you to destroy. You don't need to master AI to start offering value with it. You just need to be able to do something that helps someone else. That could be a close friend, a business owner, or your own side hustle. Now let me give you a controversial truth. Projects matter more than certificates. Employers, clients, and collaborators don't really care if you took a course. They care and they want to see some results and some outcomes. So I recommend you build a mini portfolio of real outputs, such as landing pages, email copy, advert hooks, anything that shows your skill in motion. Now a smart way for you to track your growth is to screenshot your before and your afters. So you can show the original version of a task that you did and then show how AI helped you improve it. It's very inspiring to see your own progress, and it builds a good story that you can share online later. Now, if you're feeling like, who am I to be using AI? Remember this, no one's coming to give you permission. You're allowed to learn in public. You're allowed to be an experiment. And the most importantly, you're allowed to get better week by week, and there is no degree or certification required. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to join communities that share free learning resources. One of the biggest lies in learning AI is that you have to do it alone. You really don't. There are Discords, Facebook groups, Reddit threads, and comment sections overflowing with people learning, failing, and growing together for free. Now the key thing is to find a space where beginners are respected and not roasted. So I recommend groups like AI for non-techies on Facebook, or some subreddits like r/no-code or r/ChatGPT. These are great places of free prompts, templates, and real use examples. Now I've seen students level up way faster by just asking dumb questions in the right space. Tim, one of my followers, asked how to use AI to help him automate invoice reminders. Someone in a Discord shared a free Zapier and ChatGPT flow, and boom, no problem. The problem was solved in just 10 minutes. No course and no cash, just a free community. So if you want faster transformation, I would recommend you create a personal challenge inside a community. Something like, I'm going to use AI to save 5 hours a week by the end of this month. Now when you post that in public, people cheer you on and keep you accountable. Now one powerful mindset shift is to stop consuming alone and start co-creating. So you can comment on other people's posts, you can share your experiments, and you can give some feedback. This isn't just about learning AI, it's about building an identity with confidence and even your future network. So if your circle doesn't get why you're so into this, then find a digital one that really does. You want to surround yourself with people who think that AI is exciting and not scary. That energy will fuel you when you feel stuck and frustrated. And remember this, transformation doesn't happen in silence. When you show up in a community, even just to say, hey, I tried this and here is what happened, you will multiply your learning speed, and suddenly you're not just watching the future, you're actually shaping it with AI. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to learn through solving real problems you actually care about. The fastest way to truly learn AI isn't through more tutorials, it's by solving problems that matter to you. Now when you learn through something that's actually frustrating you, like writing content that takes hours, or managing your time better, it creates instant emotional connection to the tech. Now one of my students, Priya, was totally overwhelmed running a handmade jewellery store. So instead of trying to learn AI, we focused on one pain point, which was her weekly product descriptions. So what we did, we used ChatGPT to create high converting descriptions for 15 products in just under an hour. It wasn't just the time saving, it gave her the confidence that she could use this in her business without changing who she actually was. Now I suggest that you start with a pain point that annoys you on a weekly basis. Do you hate writing emails? Do you hate remembering what to actually post? Maybe you hate summarizing long documents. That's your entry point. Now once you fix something real with AI, even just one small thing, you'll feel 10 times more confident than someone who's just watching videos and learning different concepts. Now here's a truth that no one tells you. Watching 10 hours of AI tutorials will never really match the impact of spending 1 full hour building something that solves your own problem. Now there's a reason I have my students start with use case first learning. I had a client, Jonas, who was spending 6+ hours every single week answering repetitive customer questions. So what we did, we set up a custom ChatGPT prompt to answer F&Qs in his own tone of voice, and suddenly he had a reliable system that saved him an entire day a week. That's not theory, that's transformation. Now if you're not sure where to actually start, I recommend one pain for one project method. So just choose one problem or pain point in your life or your business that takes up too much time or energy, and use a tool like ChatGPT, Claude, or even Google's Gemini to try solving just that one thing. For example, planning content, writing SOPs, outlining an ebook, or even just writing better job applications. AI becomes much easier to understand when it's working for you, not an abstract from you. Now, I don't want you to fall for the myth that you need to learn everything before you actually do anything. That's one of the biggest lies that is holding a lot of people back. Now, I've seen students go from zero AI knowledge to building useful tools for their freelance clients within just days. Now this was because they didn't try to learn it all. They focused on solving one specific problem that really mattered to someone else. Now what I would suggest is keeping a problem to prompt journal. See, every time something annoys you or wastes your time, just write it down and then experiment with some different prompts to try and solve it. Now one of my students, Ricky, turned this into a daily 10-minute ritual. In just 3 weeks he had 9 working prompts that saved him time in sales calls, in emails and onboarding, and even some customer feedback. That journal became his personal AI toolbox, and you didn't need to take any courses to actually get it. Now the thing that you may not realise is this: AI becomes more powerful when it becomes more personal. When it solves something in your own life, that's when you stop feeling so overwhelmed by it and you start to get more excited. AI isn't just tech for tech brothers or developers. It's for parents trying to come up with meal plans, solo business owners who are trying to scale, and creatives who are trying to focus. You learn by using it where it actually hurts. So that's the secret that no one is really talking about. Let me now give you tip number 6, which is to learn by building tiny with useful AI tools for yourself, even if you're not a techie. Now, one of the best things you can do to truly get AI is to build something small and useful that makes your daily life much easier. And no, I don't mean coding an app from scratch. I mean using free tools like Notion AI, Zapier or Google Sheets with ChatGPT to actually create something that saves you time. Now Jess, one of my students, had zero tech background, but she built a simple AI-powered lead magnet generator using ChatGPT and Canva. She used it to offer quick wins for her coaching audience, and it helped her sign her first free paying clients, all from one little tool that solved her real content creation block. If you want to feel that aha moment with AI, don't just consume content, you want to start creating with it. I suggest you start with something personal, maybe a social media caption bank, a client onboarding sequence, or even a blog post generator. Now, one of my favorite tools for this is Tana.ai. It's like Notion on steroids with AI baked into your workflows. Now, if you run a service or have a small business, then building a simple AI system around a task that you hate, like proposals or client check-ins, will feel like magic. Now, the thing that most people get wrong is thinking that AI learning has to look like school. That's simply not the case. You don't learn AI by memorizing technology. You learn it by tinkering with it. Eli, one of my students, is a digital artist. He felt blocked when writing descriptions for his portfolio. Now, instead of trying to learn prompt engineering, we made a prompt bank using Notion AI to instantly generate titles and stories behind his pieces. And as a result, he got more engagement on his portfolio and a deeper connection with his buyers, all from something that took just 90 minutes to actually build. Now, if your challenge is that you don't have time to learn a whole new thing, then this approach is perfect for you. This micro tool strategy works because you build in 30-minute sprints. I recommend you follow this structure: 10 minutes to define a problem, 10 minutes to test a simple prompt, 10 minutes to actually improve it using your real voice. Now repeat that every day for just a week, and you'll end up with tools that feel custom built for your brain and your business. Now, don't forget to treat these tools like experiments and not projects that have to be perfect. When Marta, a solo business owner, was juggling 3 gigs, we created her an AI admin assistant with Google Sheets and ChatGPT, and she told me it was like hiring her first VA. She used it to track her leads, summarize her Zoom calls, and even generate her invoices. Was it very pretty? No, not at all. But it was life-changing, and she built it with tools that she already knew how to use. Now, one simple trick for you is to take an AI tool that you already use, like Trello, Slack or Airtable, and ask ChatGPT how to make it more powerful. You can literally prompt it with something like, give me 3 ways to automate tasks in Airtable using AI, and then just follow the steps. You'd be very surprised how fast you can go from overwhelmed to unstoppable when the advice is targeted to your exact software and workflow. Now, the real transformation happens when you stop thinking of AI as tech and start seeing it as a creative sidekick. If you're a coach, it can help you personalize your emails. If you're a freelancer, it can cut personal writing time in half. If you're a content creator, it can give you 30 video ideas in one go. Now, Rami, one of my students, started out very skeptical. 2 weeks later, he had 3 custom ChatGPT workflows that helped him write LinkedIn content, create client strategies, and pre-qualify leads. His words were, I don't feel like I'm learning AI. I feel like I'm becoming more of myself with the help. Well, that's it for this video. 6 powerful tips that you can start using right away. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a reliable online income, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website, where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and generating online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.